we have here a 1988 Patrol Shorty. Customers brought it in with extensive gutter rail rust. If you could call it a gutter rail. So we'll be looking into that. See if we can replace all that part of the hood. Come down to here, replace underneath. Spot weld all the way along the gutter, seam seal, and it will be all the way around. So we're going to start off with that. Take out some windows so we can weld in close to here, and yeah, we'll see how we go with that. Back one looks okay. Yes. Look at that beauty. This is a bog. It's not even. It's just made out of bog, that rail. Wow. Oops. Beautiful. Okay, we have the hood lining out and the insulation, handrails, sun visors and all that sort of stuff. And looking pretty good underneath there. I was expecting a bit more rust, which is a good thing. It's nice and a little bit of rust under this, see the support bracket here, the bracing. I'm going to rust treat that, otherwise it looks okay. It's mainly on the outside here. So all that lip and then the inside here, that'll probably have to be taken out or rust converted and treated. Yes, it's a bit of a job here, so I'll keep going. Okay, so we have that cut out. It's not as bad. It's bad, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be. But it's still pretty bad. So you can see what I'm trying to do is find a solid part that I can replicate the old bend from, but you can see it's just bog. It's just made out of pure bog. So I've leveled that off. I've cut that off straight as I can, and that's where I weld up to. So I'll have to wire wheel all that back to steel, prep all the metal so it's back to nice shiny goodness, and also I cut it up higher so then I can get in from the back side up under there and then prep and rust inhibit the back side of this when I finish welding. So yeah, and plus it's still on a flat piece, so I'm not welding on a curve yet, so that's good. So my plan is to do a section at a time so it retains the proper shape and doesn't deform. And what I can tell is that the roof skin comes down like this. Roof skin comes down, has a little whoop in it, and then it's spot welded to the drip rail. And the drip rail is its own separate piece that like this outside piece here, its own separate piece that has a little double fold in it, and it comes down and up, and I'm pretty sure it's spot welded along where it's all rusted, because I've got to double check that, but I can't see anywhere that's Yeah, it doesn't go underneath the roof skin, so that's what has to be done, I guess. But I'll prep all this steel up, and I'll do this segment first, section, and then I can, once it's all tacked in and strengthens that roof, because it's it's not that strong, then I can work around the corner, do that piece, and then work forwards, and hopefully bring life back into this old girl. I was just grinding, some wire wheeling, and a whole chunk of freaking bog slammed me right in the Adam's apple. Didn't tickle. This is taking it back with the wire wheel. Took it back to where it's decent steel on top. A little bit of pitting and stuff in here, that's alright. It's just this here has to be replaced, clearly. So that's the inner pillar of the support structure. So it's one whole piece. So I'll have to, there's holes there so I can rust prevent it on the inside. I think I'm going to cut out from there all the way along, maybe along that middle lip, I'm guessing, because it doesn't look too healthy from the return lip. So if I do it on the flat surface, so then I'm not grinding and welding on the corner. That's my plan. I might just take it from there to there, and then I can work on that. So it's got a second skin, which has only got a slight bit of surface rust, which I can get rid of that. So what I'm going to do, I've already cut through there, but I can weld that back up, is take this rusty top skin off, leave that bottom section on for strength, clearly, seatbelt, and clean it up. I'm going to rust inhibit the bottom, and I'm going to cut a section in between for this, and then weld on top of that, spot weld it, weld top and bottom. Mint. Well, I'm at the point now to start cutting this piece and put in. I just sprayed it with this stuff here. I found it pretty good. CRC rust converter. It is non-carcinogenic, which is always a good thing. And it's clear, so instead of having the black crap that normally comes out of the rust converters, you can actually see this stuff work. You see it now, tinting black, or tinting all the rust to a black primeable surface. Oxidization kills it. So I've done all in the cavity, all the way up there, down. So I should give it a pretty good protection coat from now on. I think it's about $20 a can, but it's worth it. So I'll let that cure and react and do its thing, and then I'll cut up a piece for this one. And I'm going to weld some of this up first, and I'll probably go to here and replace that one section. Hello YouTubers. So I have welded the back piece in, just the support, and it's got it smooth enough where it's not going to take away the strength of the weld, but it's not going to interfere with the roof lining or this, so it's smooth enough for that. And back to here, so that's all strong. I've got to do sections at a time, so then I can get this piece all done and then work on to the next piece as I spoke about earlier. So I just hand dollied that. I'm not going to use this piece. It's for the template I'll take into town for the big companies to fold up for me. But that's basically what it's going to be. It's going to sit in on that 45 and then back on that 30, whatever the angle it is, and it'll sit just on that lip, and I'll seam seal along there, and then I'll do spot welds along that back edge. And this one here will come down there, and then spot weld, and then seam seal. That's going to be the rail. So a lot better than what it was, made out of bog, but something like that anyway. That's the progression. That's 4.5 hours to get to that point, but it's going to be beautiful when it's done.